Hey, hi everyone. This is Sai from Let's Upgrade. So let's talk about how to get your certificate. It's very simple. You will see two links in the description. Number one is the place where you have to go and mark your attendance. Marking your attendance tells us, like, okay, you are a legit student who have attended this particular session. Link number two is your assignment. This is where your 90% of the priority is. You have to go and submit the assignment that is given to you in this particular session. Once you're done submitting that assignment, we will be evaluating that. We will send you an email. If you get the passing criteria, then only we will give you the certificate on a particular date that is mentioned again in the description. Please check these three things, and this is the way how you will get a certificate from Let's Upgrade. Number one, mark your attendance. Number two, just go ahead and upload your assignment. Check for the email that you have received it, yes or no. What is the feedback that you have received from your trainer? Number three, check on which date the certificates will be released. Thank you. Bye. All the best. Happy learning.
Okay. Hi, hello. Welcome to Let's Upgrade. This is Rashikar. I'm a senior data engineer and data analysis. Today, I'm here to discuss about pandas and exploring around the data sets like a Titanic, and we have to take some insights from the data set, and we have to learn, and we have to going to apply everything as part of the programmatically we have to know about the insights from the data set. Okay, so we are going to learn a pandas. Don't think as a pandas is a something like a cute animal. We are learning a pandas, which will be the data analysis tool, which is the data analysis tool as part of the Python, guys. So before going to learn this particular pandas, we have to know about the data which we are exploring around it. So that is a Titanic data set. I think all of you know about the Titanic movie, right? So how many people are many people are already seen this particular Titanic movie? Almost all the guys, because everyone are interested in the love stories, right? So no worries. Like, let's have a quick jump into the story behind this Titanic data set, because we are implementing our we are implementing all our coding skills as on the top of the on Titanic data set, and we are getting some insights before going to apply our coding skills on top of the real time data set. We should know about what is the data, what is the Titanic data set, and what is the story behind the data set that we should know. So let's discuss about the story behind the Titanic data set. That is nothing but you just will go, years back again. There is April 15th and 1912. The Titanic ships sank in the North Atlantic. So many people, like 2,200, around 2,200 people lost their life. So this sad story, this is a sad story, but it is a beautiful source for the data scientists and data engineers to explore around the data. What is the data set have? Like, the data set have all the information about the passengers, like age, sex, and everything. Like, the particularly we are going to focus on socio-economic factors. What is this like the passenger informations, like their age, sex, ticket, and class, everything. So how these particular socio-economic factors influencing the this particular status of the survival status of the passenger. So, using this pandas, we are going to learn, we are investigating the Titanic data sets, and we are taking the insights, survival rates, how it will be depends on the socio-economic factors. So, this we have to learn as part of the workshop. So, before going to this, we have to preview the data so that we can just understand in a proper way, and you can understand better way to analysis the data. So let's start. Let's start to preview the data. So let's preview the data of the Titanic dataset. So guys, for this purpose, like, we have to go for the Google account. I think all of you have a Google account. I think so. Like, let's go to my Google account, I have to type Google. Uh, I think Google Colab, because I'm not using my local setup to run my Python code, so that I'm using just local Google Colab, which will be like very easy, and we don't need to install all the requirements as part of our local setup, because I'm using a Google Colab. So Google Colab is provided by the Google company, which will be like if you have a Google account, that is enough to set up this Google Colab. So I have already an things. So let's see whether I have a notebook or not. So okay. I think I am in not in the proper one. Like let's go to the next thing. Okay. So Google Collab. Just type Google Collab and enter, and then go to Google Collab. A Google Colab is like a online platform where we have to run our Python code without any setup. So actually, I have already created a notebook as part of my Google notebook, Google Colab. So this Google Colab will be useful for you to run Python code. So let's see. Like for that, I'm just going here. Okay, let's open the notebook. I'm just okay. I just want to zoom it. So if you want to create any notebook, you can just new notebook in Drive. You can create like this, because I already created. I'm not. I don't want to go to create again. So this is the new notebook in the Drive. You just click on it and it will open the new notebook. I will just go to here and I have to rename my notebook name. That is demo. Okay, that's it. So here it is a like if you see that if you want to run any code, you can add a code and you can just run the code as part of the Google notebook. As Actually, you don't need to install pip install pandas like this. If you install again, it will tell that let's see, like if you want to install, if you want to run the cell line commands, you have to put accumulator that thing, and then you have to tell that pip install pandas. So that's it. uh, Actually, I have already a pandas as part of the my collab. So if you want to install again, then you have to use the pip install pandas. So if this pip is the Python package installer, which will be helpful for you to install the proper whatever we required packages to run our code. Then it will install all the packages by giving the name pip install pandas, pip install matplotlib library, like this. So guys, like it will be very easy, and it will be very like using collab, you can easily get any setup issues or compatible issues, because a collab is a very good source for you to run your Python code. Then next, okay, that is the already the requirement is already as part of my collab. So I'm just using, then importing the pip, importing the pandas. If you want to run again, if you want to run this same thing again, I want to run import pandas as PD. I'm just importing my existing library, and then as a PD, because I don't want to go for the full names, because it will be very difficult to create full names. So that I'm just using this one. I don't want to create again and again. So let it delete, and I have to go run this pip install pandas. Then this is the URL where the Titanic dataset in the GitHub. So the pandas have a good flexibility to read the data from the GitHub directly. So then you can just give the URL. The URL is something like, if you want to do see URL in outside, you can just copy the URL and you have to go into the Google Colab, and then you have to click on it, and then it will directly go to the GitHub content.com, and then it will show you all the data as part of the Titanic dataset. Let's see, like this is the URL. Then I want to read the data from that URL using a pandas. For that purpose, you give us some variable name for that Titanic, and then PD. Let it read again for your purpose. PD dot, because I already installed the pandas, and I imported the pandas as a PD. Then PD dot. If you click on it, Then there is so many functions as part of the pandas or tools, like read CSV, read clipboard, read Excel, read feather, like read some other HTML, JSON, everything you can read. So the read is a function, or like it is a tool to read the data from the sources of the CSV and all other data formats. Like let how to it is a CSV, so that I am taking a CSV as like that, and then I have to go here and just URL, because URL already there as part of that. In that URL, I have my Titanic data. Let's see. Let's click on it. Okay, that is enough. Like if you want to read the data, there is a action, or like there is a function which will be return the n rows. Like default, it will take, I think so, five, or five rows. So it will be like give the five rows. If you Titanic dot head is will give the first five rows as part of the from the data set, Titanic data set. See the, like we have all the fields as part of the Titanic data set. We have to jump into explain about every, because we should understand the data first to get a better analysis. We have to understand the every field as part of the data set, so that we can go for the better understanding and better analysis as part of the data sets. Okay, guys. Yes, let's go through the each column and each column or each record. So the things is like every record tell the story about the passenger. So can I take first column? It is a passenger ID. So I think you people are seeing my screen, right? So it is like I'm just zoom in. So this is the way that we have to tell about the. I'm just taking the head and I'm previewing the data defaultly five records from the data set. And then we have to see first column is the passenger ID. You know that, like passenger ID is the primary that will be track the every record of the passenger. So then the next important column is surveyed. So this is the target column as part of the data science or anything. Then we are predicting column. This is the target column as part of the data set. So whether zero means, like I already mentioned here, zero means they did not, and one means they surveyed. So that is the the quoted as part of the column. Surveyed means one, and they did not means it is a zero. So a P class. What is a class? Class is a like passenger class. So guys, like every column is telling about a passenger information, ID, whether he is surveyed or not, whether which class he taken, what is the name of that person, what is the gender of that person, what is the age, and whether they have siblings and spouses traveling with that in the same ship. Like the P class is nothing but a class. So how many classes are there as part of the this ship? We have like a first class, rich and very fancy. People are very rich, who are very rich, they are travel into the first class. Either even the flight has this compartment same as this particular ship. So first class is rich and fancy, and second class is somewhat comfortable but not luxury, and then third class is economy. People who are like low budget and then were at lower desk, and that is economy, that is about 1 2 3. One means like first class, so two means second class, and third means economy, which will be a lower deck. And next we will go to the name of that particular person, or the passenger name, like own Harris and Kuming, like this is about the names of the passenger. And what about gender, whether he's a male or whether he's a female or anything. Then what about age? It is simply age of that person. And SIBSP means like siblings and spouses. The passenger is traveling along with siblings, and spouses. How many siblings and how spouse, like whether he travel with his siblings and spousing, we have to with the this particular siblings and this particular spouse. And then what is this? This is nothing but parents and children. So same thing, like how many whether he has traveling with the parents and children, and we counted the how many the passenger with parents and children or not. That will be decided by this column. And ticket, he taken like which ticket, and all these things detailed as part of the ticket. And what amount he paid, that how much fare he paid, because it's decided how many people are like traveling along with him. So next one is cabin. You know that cabin, like we have a cabins, like first class and compart. It's like a compartments. And the next one is embarked. Embarked means like it will be like where the passengers are board on, like where the passengers are got the ship. That is like S C, like S. Like I will tell you what is S and what is S means South England. It is like Southampton, and then it is England, and then Cherbourg, it is a France, and then Q means Queenston, Ireland. So this is about the your detail about the columns of the Titanic datasets. Why we are going to learn everything about the dataset means we should understand the data so that we can go for the better analysis. Again, I am telling this is very important to understanding about the dataset first before going to analysis the data. So then I completed how to install the pip, install the pandas, and then how to import the pandas, and how we will get the data from the GitHub to the particular using a collab, how we will extract the data from the GitHub, and using the pandas how to read the CSV file from the GitHub. There is a function, and we have a read.csv function to get the data from the URL. And this is about all the preview of the data, and then this is about the understanding about the data. We will jump into cleaning and next steps of the our panda, using a pandas, how we will explore about the data. Okay. So, okay, guys, if you have any question, you just comment in the comment box. I definitely we will reach out to you and we will answer you guys. Okay. So, the workshop goals and flow is like, after previewing, like, we are already loaded the data set, and and the next step is the cleaning and exploring about the data. All of you, I think, see here on the screen. I can just first already loaded the data set and clean and explore. Next our step is to clean and explore the data and addressing missing values, examine data types and identifying key columns. And then we have to calculate survival rates and visualize the findings and all interactive practice we has to part of the workshop. Guys, next step is to clean the data. So that is our next step. We have to go for the next step. For that, I'm opening again notebook. So all of you, like previously you have an issue with the text and font. I increase the font of the, if you want to increase the font, then there is a settings. If you want to increase the font as well, so in that, I think so in the runtime or tools we have a settings. Then we have to go to setting and click on editor, and then we can set the font size as part of the thing. Guys, I set it the 20 as part of the my notebook, so that it looks better and everybody is saying I think so. So, what is the data cleaning and fixing the Titanic data before etching or analysis? So, guys, like when you are going to some vacation and you are bringing your suitcase, something you are in the hurry, you are missing some clothes, or you are bringing you bought some other clothes like it's which is not belongs to you, and this is somewhat confusion, and you bring something else like part of your suitcase. The same thing, like before going to journey, then you have to set up all those things and you have to bring before the analysis, right? So guys, if you want to go deep dive into the analysis, we should clean the data set first. So for cleaning, what is the cleaning? Like already I told you, cleaning is nothing but we have to check. We have to check everything. We have to check the missing values. We have to check the null values. We have to check the data types of the data set, everything. So for that purpose, I have like already pandas have all the APIs are like the functions which will be helpful for you to analysis the missing values and data types. Let's jump into the quick jump into the one by one, and we have to check the missing values. For the missing values, already I have given, because we do not to don't waste the time to hard code everything. I already have an code. Let's see, I will explain the code better here, and let me have to go here. So then, what is this? Already we have a data set, that is a Titanic dot head. We will preview the data. Default it is the 5 records. If you want to see any other 10 more record, then you have to mention a 10 as part of the head, and it will give the 10 records as part of the data set. So it will be very easy to knowing about, like if you want to see tail of the data set, you can put the tail as part of the Titanic dot tail. So again, I will explain you. After I installing my pandas, I imported a pandas as a PD. Then I getting the I'm just getting the URL of the GitHub, which have a GitHub, Titanic dataset, and I used the read.csv to read the dataset from URL, and then I went to the every column, like explaining about the each field, and already we know about the dataset. Now we have to check the missing values in the each column. For that purpose, we have a Titanic dot is na. Means null values are there or not. Let's see, like we before applying this, we can check to run this function. Then it will tell that okay, false, false. Like false means there is no null values or missing values as part of that. But in the middle, maybe we are seeing true and true. This is what somewhat missing values as there as part of the some what it is called some fields. So to sum that, and we have to check the count of that, like some like a not count, it will be the sum of the all the trues, means like missing values as part of the Titanic data set. We can use the dot sum, so then we can get all the sum of the missing values of the each what it is called each field. Let's see. See, passenger ID, there is no missing values. Servitude, there is no missing values. And class, we don't have missing values. Name, there is no missing values. Gender, we don't have a missing values. Age, almost age have 177 missing values. And then this is no, there is no missing values. And cabin, okay, 687 missing values. And embarked, 2 missing values. Okay, to fix this, we have to do some, like whether we have to drop the columns or whether we have to fill with some mode, median or mean. So that is your wish. Like according to the data, we have to go for the fill up the things, and we have to clean the data set. Let's we have to go for the, my approach is to go for the dropping some I don't, if I don't want to, like if I want to go to the vacation in summer, I don't want to require a sweater, so that I have to remove the sweater from my suitcase. So the same thing, if you want to go to analysis, then we don't require some columns as part of the this data set. We don't want to make more memory as part of the analysis as well. Like we can just limitize the our data, so that better analysis will come. Don't remove some important columns. That is also very important. So you just remove unnecessary columns as part of the data set. So I think that the unnecessary columns are like cabin and ticket. We don't require this as part of our analysis. So that I want to drop the 2 columns as part of the our data set. Let's see, for dropping, we have already particularly we have that particular what it is called function, that is drop. Let's see how to use the drop function. So guys, we are dropping the multiple columns at a time, so that I am putting square brackets in the drop. Take here, drop will take like the columns in the list, and how many columns you want to drop, like you can mention as the first argument in the function, and then second argument is the axis is equal to 1. What is axis is equal to 1? Boom, axis is equal to 1 means like we are removing the columns. Actually the particular data set have a 2 direction, x-axis and like y-axis. Like let's take like 0 is something like a rows, and this particularly x-axis is nothing but a vertical axis. So if you want to remove the fields, this is verticals. So that vertical means like axis is equal to 1. You have to put axis is equal to 1, and you have to drop multiple columns at a time, so that we are putting in the square bracket, and we have to mention a cabin and ticket. 2 columns we are removing from here, so that I'm just dropping using a drop function. Let it drop the 2 columns. We don't require these columns first. Then this is about the cleaning of the data set. Let's, the next step is to missing, we will fill up some missing values as part of the age. So I'm thinking like age will be like, we don't want to mention some particular age, or we don't want to mention some particular mean of the age, and I go with the my median. Means median means not old and not something like I'm taking all the data as part of the the thing. Let's see like what is the median of our Titanic age median as part of the average. That is nothing but a median. I think so. You people are know about a median. Median is nothing but it's like eco. So see, as passenger median, the age of the passengers median is 28. So that where is the missing wherever that missing values as part of the Titanic dataset, it will be filled up with the 28. Let's see if you have a missing values. Almost age have 177 missing values. Let's I want to fill up with this particular 28. For that purpose, I have a fill NA function. To fill NA, I have let's see, I will explain you guys what happened. So I'm taking a Titanic age. I want to fill up the age so that dot fill NA and like median of the Titanic age. We are taking already what is the median of the Titanic age? 28. This 28 in place is equal to true means it will be permanently changing the data set to the 28. What wherever the missing values are there, the missing values are replaced with the 28. The first argument is the which you are replacing, and what that particular numerical we have replacing, that replacing with the median, so that I am taking Titanic age and median is something like that, and in place is equal to true means it will directly permanently changing the value of the age where missing values are there. So that is about the code. Let's run it. Yes, yeah, it is. Try using df method column in place is equal to true instead to perform. So let's see like what it is doing. So I want to check again the missing values whether it is replaced or not. So for that purpose, I have to check the sum of the these things. So here, so let's see, guys. Okay, now okay, sorry. So here age is 0. There is no missing values in age because I already what did it happen? Like I already replaced it with the 28. So it is successfully replaced. And see, guys, we are not seeing the two columns cabin and ticket. Let's see again Titanic head. So you can see we don't have any ticket and cabin column because I already dropped the unnecessary column. That is, we don't have want and the columns we required for that particular analysis. So that I removed the cabin and ticket column, and then I replaced the age missing values with the median of that particular age. That is 28. So that is about the thing. Then we have to one more thing, that is the we have a two values embarked have a two missing values. Let's we have to fix this. Okay, let's we have to fix this also. So like embarked have also had two missing values, right? So now let's go with this to fill up with some median or mode or like something this like for this, because almost all the people who are got the ship is S means like something like England. So I'm preferably going for fill upping all the missing values with S, because most of the people are like got the ship in the England. So for it is nothing but a mode way of the fill upping, like median I already selected. For age we are taking a median, right? For this purpose so many people are from passengers from the England, and so that I want to go for the fill upping yes with the yes in the embarked session. So let's embarked field missing values we are fill up with the these things. Let's say how to take this. I will explain you the code, no worries at all. For that I have to go here, I have to add a code. So that's it. So now this embarked field, wherever where the missing values is there, it will fill up with the S nothing but England as South upland, like in place is equal to true means it will permanently change the data set of the Titanic. So that is about how we will fill up the values with the mode, like mode section, like there is a fill upping with the median mode, or that is your wish, like that is about the how we will fill up with the this particularly mode. So now let's go with the check again with the values. Okay, 1 minute. So then I have to try to go here and add a code, and I have to check whether it is I have to validate the data set again. Titanic, mm, Titanic, I am telling is NA. Already I told you guys is NA is the function, and then I have to sum all the sticks. So let's have to sum this, and let it see the count of the null values as part of missing values. There is no missing values. Now the data was cleaned, so there is no missing values, everything is looking good. So we are successfully cleaned the data. So now let's go with the check the data types as well, because sometimes there may be a missing data types as part of the data set. Let's we have to check the data types of the every column. Let's we have to check it. So because every data have a like passenger ID will take integers, I know survey would also taking an integer, because we are quoted like 0 1, right. P class means it will be a like integer also, and the name it is a text, and a gender also sex, age and age also float and something. It is looking good, like there is no issue with the these things. If you have any issue with the data types also, you can have to check the data types, and you have to go with the data type checkup, and we have to change the things as well. So as part of our data set, we don't have any issue with the data types. If you any like missing data types, like unmatched data types as part of the fields, so you have to change it. So that is about the there something happen like float will be replaced sometimes. The float values, if you are taking a fair, so it will be should be a float. It should not be a integer. So if unfortunately happens, then definitely we have to change to the proper data type. That is nothing but how to check up the data types. And successfully we clean the data, and we successfully check the data types of the data Titanic data set. Then we will go for the next step. Okay, let's jump into the exciting session. That is like the our insights. The insight is like our workshop aim is to analyzing the survival rates by passenger class and some others. But now I'm just jump into the insights from there, like how this particularly the class. The class that particularly a passenger class affect the survival rate, or chance of survival in the ship. So let's we have to analysis this. Let's give an example for this particularly, how we will use this particular analysis. So guys, like if you want to count, or if you want to sum the revenue of the every product in a any shop, first of all we have to group that product, and then we have to sum the rates of all these things, then we will get a revenue. The same thing here also, we have to take the group of all the classes passengers first, and then we will get the rate of the survival rate of the class. So for that purpose, I have already in the type pandas we have a group by. So let's group by the first by classes. Titanic dot group by the group by, we have to grouping every class, right? First we have to group by with the class. So for that we have to use like this, and then we have to use p class. Okay, okay, we have to go for the p class. Let's see, like and run it if you have any C's. So it is grouped. So now it will group the p class one side, and the class 1, class 2, class 3, like this. Then I have to I have to get the survived rate as part of the every each class. So for that purpose, I have to use the column, that is what is the column as part of the target hour, like what is the target columns, that is surveyed. So like let's we have to put a surveyed here. Okay, then we have to take a rate, right? So for that we have to take a mean for the everything, so that will give the how the class will affect, like how many people are surveyed as part of the each class. So we are grouping the grouping the data by class first, and then we have to get the mean of the every column, right, every class survival mean of the every class. So that is about the thing. Then we can see the output. Okay, there is an minor issue. Let's see. So what is the issue here? Can I check? So invalid syntax it is saying. So where I'm missing the thing. Okay, there is no worries. We don't want to put this is something like dart here, because it is a column on top of the group. So we don't want to put a dot here. Like you don't want to do that. That is a mistake. Though no worry, it was the invalid syntax. So that I fixed it. So this is also very important. Fixing also very important as part of the code, so that I'm not skipping this part. So it will be keep in the video. So you can check like wherever we are going to that. So again a spelling mistake. So what is the mistake here? The column name is something like survived. So what is the mistake here? So something it is I think it will be the capital. So let fix it and run it. So S. So that is about minor syntax error as part of the our syntax. So no issues at all. That will be like 0.62 percentage surveyed as part of the first class, and 2 percentage 0.47 percentage as part of the second class, and 0.24 percentage third class. See guys, like even the tragedy have the classes, like why this is happen, because like first class have a more fastly accessing the lifeboats, but as part of the second class it is somewhat lesser chance. Again it will be a third class, it will be a far, the lifeboats are far from the particularly the lower, if they are in lower deck, then definitely it will be very not that much easy to access the lifeboats. That's what the survival rate is very less as part of the third class. So see guys, the class is also affecting the particularly survival rate as part of the Titanic ship. Okay, that is about the how we will survival rates affected by the passenger class. So how this particular passenger class has influenced the survival rate as well. So that is about the numbers, but numbers cannot be clear about the story. But I want to make it visualize the charts using a bar chart or something else. Like let quickly jump into the visualize the data and the results of the insight. So for that we have to go for the next library. Yes. Now let's go for the plot the bar graph for this particular insight. So for that purpose, we have to require to import the matplotlib library. So let's already taken the code, because hard coding is very time wasting process here. So that definitely it will be helpful for you to explain here. So this is like import matplotlib library pyplot as a pld, then matplotlib library will be helpful for you to visualize the data. So no worries, like if you want to go through the matplotlib library, then I will explain you on other sessions. But as part of you should remember matplotlib library is a library which will be helpful for you to visualize the data. So I want to make a bar chart for this. Let it complete this. So for that I have to go for, first of all I have to make it ready the data. So for that I want to take a result. So let it take the results. This is my result. I stored in the survival by class. So of this result, I want to show in the chart visualization, like a bar chart. So let's take this. Okay, then I have to make it survey. For that purpose I have to go here and then I have to make it. So this is the code. On top of this result, dot plot is like, I am applying my matplotlib library. Dot plot is a function where we have to select the bar chart. Kind is smell like you can select any chart like bar chart or pie chart. I'm selecting a bar chart. If you want to select a pie chart, you can select a pie as part of the kind. And then we have to select the colors. Every color have some codings. You can explore around a matplotlib library and then you have to go with the colors. So I'm selecting some colors and I have to run this. Let's see, this is giving some colors like yellow, and first class will be like yellow, and second class will be the some blue, and third class will be the green. Okay, no worries. Like, this is about how we will make a. If you want to change to the pie chart, then you have to change like this pie. That's it. I think it is pie. Let's see if it will work out or not. So I think it is small PIE. So let's see. Oh yeah, yes, it is small PIE. So it is changing to the pie chart. But I want a bar chart only because it will be very good to see the bar in the bar chart. So now it is in bar chart. So we don't have any title and anything. So that I want to make the titles for this bar charts. Okay, let go for the titles. I want to give the title for this plot. For that I have to use plot dot title. So let give the here only. So title I have to give. So see, now title will come survival rate by passenger class. So I want to give a label for the x-axis and y-axis. Plot title will be helpful for you to give the title for the chart, and then we have to go for the give the x label and y label. Let's have to give the x label for that x label, and then plot dot x label. That's it. So this is about the how you are giving X label. So then passenger class is the X label. Then we have to go for the next PLT dot Y label. You can give and a copy from there also. If there is no issues. Y label. Okay. Then I'm just giving a tab. Okay, I don't want to give this tricks and everything, don't, no worries at all. So this is about the y label, and we have to show the everything as part of the plot. So after doing that, and then it will give the survival rate in y label, and x label is a passenger class, title is something survival rate by passenger class. See here, like after visualizing we can see all these things visually, and it will be clear that tell the story about the Titanic ship, how the class is in affected survival rate, like how this survival rate is depends on the passenger class. The first class people have a good access to access the live boats, and they have a chances to more chances like around 63 percentage is survival choice, or like they survived 63 percentage, and the second is somewhat less, and in the third class there is no chances to get live votes, and very less chances to get survived. So that is about the story about the Titanic side. See how programmatically we implemented, and we are knowing about the story, and the numbers are numbers, and these charts get telling the story more clear about the Titanic tragedy. So that is about the chart, guys. Let's go to the next step. Again, most important part is analyzing a survival rates by gender. So how many women and how many men are survived, and how this particular impacted as part of the survival rate. So guys, let's have to quick jump into the group. The first part survived by gender. The same thing, like you don't want to change anything. Let's just change the column names. That's it. So for that we have to grouping the gender wise, and then we have to calculate the surveyed bean, so that we will get the how this particular gender will be affected the survival rate. So let's see. So now if you want to see this, and then we have to go here, and then I have to see this. Okay, now let's see. I have to see the numbers. Yeah, see guys, like almost female 0.74 percentage, and then male is 0.18 percentage. Here also man sacrifices everything for the women's and children's, because men life is somewhat difficult to manage because it is a sacrificing life always. So guys, like this is not a data science, this is the data analysis where it is not telling the numbers, it is telling the story behind every number. So because see, like female is 74 percentage, and the male is something 18, like 18 percentage. It is very difficult, like seeing these numbers, I'm just feeling, oh, that is something happened, like about the men. Okay guys, I want to see, this is also what it is called, like as a bar chart. Let's take the bar, same chart, and I want to take the chart. I want to copy this. Okay, I have to copy this first. Okay, or otherwise I can, why it is not selecting. So then we have to select this, and then I have to go from here, because coding as part of the workshop, it will be very difficult and time consuming. So I'm just taking pink for female and blue for male. Let have to draw the chart. So say same, like this plot will take the kind that is a kind of chart, and then we have to select the colors, pink for the female and blue for the male. See, I'm just seeing about this particular chart, and I'm feeling that man are always sacrificing their lives for the women and children. This is somewhat a decent story, because when this is a rule where if you want to save the your wife, or if you want to save your children first, then you want to go to the lifeboat, and lifeboats are very limited. Then that is not so easy. Men first and female next. No, that is not the rule of India. There's first you have to go women and children, then we have to go the men. That is the rule. Then that is the telling the story here as well. So then I want to make up something here, title and label and x So just we have to giving the labels and everything as part of here. See here. Okay, I'm giving a label as the label X label is a survival rate, and title is survival rate by gender. Okay, then this is a gender is a X label. Like this, I'm just analyzing the survival rate by gender as well. So this is the next insight from the our data set. Then I want to go for the next step as well. Okay. So the next analysis, like analyzing survival rates by age. So how which age groups has, like survived, whether childrens or whether it is teens or adults or like old guys. So let's we have to go for the first of all we have to describe the Titanic that data set. The count is now something like 891, and mean is 29, and the standard deviation, it is like statistical information about the age before going to analysis the age survival rates by age. So now I don't there is, if you are taking an age, it will be like different ages are there as part of the ship, right? So the correlation may weak, so that I have to make this as like first of all age groups, then we have to make a relationship between the survival rate and particularly age. So for that purpose, I have to go for the Titanic age group. I want to create a new column, like a new column, that is like we have a function like cut, that will give, like when you need a segment and start the data values into bins. This function is also useful for the going from continuous variable to a categorical variable. So means like 1 2 3, it is like age is a continuous variable, so that I have to convert the age into the categorical variables, like by just putting a cut function. So for that, I want to take the age as a column, and then I have to split the bins like 0 to 12. Like 0 to 12 it is a child, and 12 to 18 something it is a teen, and 18 to 50 that will be like adult, and 50 like 51 to something 100 it will be a senior. I'm just treating like it's groups. Then I have to create a one column that is something like Titanic age group. So on top of this group, I just want to group the data. So let's see, like now I want to group this. See, I already grouped. Child is something, and I want to calculate the survey rate as part of the age group. So, already, once if it is grouped, you have to calculate the surveyed mean. So, we will get a child is 0.15, almost 50 or 60 percentage child as safe. It is they are surveyed, and teens are 42 percentage, and adults are 36, and senior is 34 percentage. It's like see like how adult how this particular adult saved the child and teens, because first of all we have to save the child and teen people, then adults are major part who saved this childs first. So like this is telling the story. The story is telling like adults are protected the childrens. So the numbers is telling that the story behind the Titanic tragedy, and then we have to go for the more visual things like using a matplotlib library. So let's see, like I want to store this data and the result as part of the age survival, and then I have to go for the age survival, and taking a bar chart and some colors like four colors for the four age groups, and then I have to putting a title and a X label, Y label, and ticks, and then show. Let's we have to go for this particular run the code, and I will see. See, title is survey. See, the like child is majorly protected by the adults, and teens and adults and seniors are very less. Like okay, that is about how it will be very difficult to protect the seniors. So adults say for the childrens and teens first, and the main priorities goes into the child, because that is also emotional way. Like it is a first of all we have to give a priority to the childrens, right? So that is about the story. So this charts and this numbers is telling the Titanic story beautifully. Guys, like how the pandas is helpful for you to telling the story more in better way. So that is about the three things. One is like how the survival rates depends on the particularly passenger class, and then how it will be depends on the gender, how will be it will be depend on the age. So this is the three insights I taken from the this Titanic data set. So this is about the the fantastic moment we have to taken the three insights from the data set. Okay, we are end of the workshop. So we just quick back to the what we learned as part of the workshop. So let's like start with we started with the taking the data set, and we are like exploring around the different insights from the data set, and it is very helpful for you to understand the data, and what happened in the part of the data, particularly the tragedy, like what happened in the incident, how that particular age and how that class affected as part of the survival rate. So this particularly helpful us to understand what happened as part of the real incident. So first we started with the loading the data from the GitHub. That the Titanic dataset as part of the GitHub content.com, and we installed the pandas, and we imported the pandas as PD. Then we started to import collecting the data from the GitHub using the pandas, and we taken that preview the data, and we are like exploring around the cleaning the data set, and then we have to go for the particularly what are the how that particular age passenger class affected the survival rate, and then how that particularly gender affected the survival rate. And then we what about next one, like that is about the age group, how the age group affected the survival rate. This is as part of our particularly workshop. And then what you learned as part of the pandas, so you know how to read the data, right? Using a we learned a matplat library and we learned the pandas as part of the workshop. And you people are very confident about to taking the data set and exploring around using the same functions like read.csv. If it is another type of data, you can use another functions as part of the read. So this is about the how we will use read.csv, how we will use the head, and how we will use like isNA, how to fill up the how to check the null values and how to calculate the null values, and then how to drop the unnecessary columns, use a drop function, how we will fill up the values using a mode, median and mode, then how we will fill the NA value with the different modes, and then how we'll get the information about the data set. This is about how we will learn as part of the Titanic data set using a matplat library and the pandas. Then this is what we learned as part of the checking the data types using a D types. And then we are using a matplat library like matplat library as .pyplot, and we have to using a plot function to plot the bar chart, and selecting the colors with the different, and we have to make the titles and x labels, y labels as part of the matplat library. And then we learn the how it will be, how this particular be helpful for you take the insights and all these particular things as part of the pandas. Then what you want to do next? So next you have to take any other data set, like take iris data set, and take any other particularly if you want to go with the same data set, you go for the how far particularly other the things are there as part of here, right? How that particular fare will be affected, how it will be other fields are affected, the survival rate. You can explore around, you can do all this analysis as part of the your exploration. This is what, like, thank you everyone, because you are the part of 1 hour workshop, and you learn all these things, and you can explore, and you can go to the next things. By the way, you can explore around the different data set using matplat library, and particularly what it is called, like pandas. You can go for the analysis, and you can do anything, like collab is very good source you to do analysis and exploring without setuping locally and all these things, so that you can go and you can just check all these things, and you have to be part of the just seeing, and learn, checking is not important. You have to be implement all these things on other data set. Definitely it will be useful for you. This workshop will be definitely useful for you to implement the pandas, and more confidently by seeing this workshop, and after that implementing the things, that definitely you should confident in the what it is called pandas library and in matplat library. So thank you everyone. It is a wonderful session that we are included as part of everything, like we covered pandas, matplat library. You people are like learn so many things from here. We started with the data set and extracting the data set from the GitHub, and then we have to collect clean the data set and preview the data set, cleaning the data set, and then we started getting an insight, more insights, like see, the insights are very important. Every insight will tell the story. First insight is something like survival rate by the class, like see, like how class impacted the survival rate. Most of the you by this you can get the first class people are almost survived by from this particular code, and from this particular code most of the females are survived. So this is a insight, and every insight is telling the story behind the tragedy. And then next thing is like what it is called age group, like which age group is surveyed majorly. So that is the insights we are collecting from the what it is called, like using a pandas and using matplat library. We used all the programmatically, and we are telling the story here, guys. So thank you all of you, like it will be very good workshop for you all. Like definitely it will be useful for your future, and keep coding and keep practicing everything, then it will definitely useful for you guys. Okay, so if you have any question, you can like reach out us, like in the comment box, or like definitely we will get back to you with answers. Okay, so no issues. Like if you have any, like minor issue with my voice or any delivery things, then definitely mention in the comment box. That definitely we will improve and we'll get back to you with a more practical way and more attractive way to engage you and make you more knowledgeable. Like I will make you understand in proper way, so that will be definitely helpful for you as part of your understanding and everything. So that is from my side. If you have any issues or any clarification, definitely reach out to me like in the comment box. Definitely I will answer you guys. Okay. So thank you once again.